Women are excellent liars. They're great at social manipulation, misleading people, and flat-out lying. Women lie to everyone. They lie to their family, friends, co-workers, bosses, children, and themselves. But the majority of their time is spent lying to their husbands and boyfriends. They do this for a few reasons. They might lie about their number of past sexual partners to appear less promiscuous. They might lie about how their last relationship ended to avoid taking any responsibility, which really means they cheated. The list goes on. But the main reason females lie to their significant others is to cover up infidelity. The number one reason women lie to their significant others is to conceal infidelity. However, most men don't have the slightest clue when they're being lied to by a woman. They may think they are aware of when their female partner is being dishonest, based on cues such as stuttering or averting eye contact while speaking. While these could be signs of dishonesty, they are merely surface-level indications. This is because females are seasoned liars and professional cheaters. They are aware of the fact that behaviors such as stuttering or avoiding eye contact during conversation can make it appear as though they are lying. Consequently, females are constantly 4 steps ahead. They have been lying and cheating about lying and cheating since they realize that men want to sleep with them. This often begins as early as 14 or 15 years old. I'm going to show you how to get better at recognizing when a woman is lying to you. It takes a lot of time and experience to be able to tell when a woman is lying to you. I'm great at spotting dishonesty because I've been lied to by a lot of women in a lot of ways over the years. Experience really is the best teacher when it comes to lying. But to help you shorten your learning curve, there are a few steps you can take. The biggest step you can take is to pay attention from the beginning. What I mean by this is to pay attention to her mannerisms, her body language, her voice inflections, and her verbal cadence from your very first interaction with her. Watch her eyes, her mouth, and her micro-expressions when she's talking to you. You need to pay attention to all of these things when you know she's being honest with you. These are going to be things that she doesn't have to lie about. For example, it's important to pay attention when she talks about her shampoo because you told her earlier that you like the smell of her hair. Pay attention when she talks about her family and friends. The reason this is important is that it gives you a baseline. When she's just answering questions, she doesn't need to lie about anything. Her voice inflections, her cadence, her body language, and her facial expressions will all be honest. You'll know what she looks, sounds, and moves like when she's telling the truth. This is why FBI interrogators start with basic questions during polygraph tests. Questions like, what's your name? Where were you born? What are your siblings' names? And so forth. This way, when they ask the questions they really want answers to, they're more likely to pick up on inconsistencies in your voice inflections, body language, and tone. They take it one step further by hooking you up to a machine that tracks your pulse and vital signs. Then they compare all of this information to your baseline, which they established at the beginning when asking questions they know you'll answer truthfully. Since you can't hook a woman up to an EKG machine or heart monitor, you can pay attention from the beginning. Many men get so caught up in the newness and excitement of a relationship that they forget to establish a baseline early on. This can be devastating later if she ever tries to lie to you. If you pay attention and establish a baseline from the very first interaction, you'll be able to catch her lies more easily. This first step is important, but it's only the beginning. You have to be able to use this information later on when and if she ever tries to lie to you. And there are many ways to pick up on these things rather easily provided you've done what's necessary to prepare yourself. In this video, I'm going to give you 7 ways to know if a woman is lying to you. Number 1, if her stories sound rehearsed. Pay attention to how she describes her day-to-day life and compare it to how she's describing her day today. If she's giving significantly more detail than usual, it's because she's memorized a script. Most women don't give this much detail. A good way to find out for sure is to ask her again later on. And if she uses the exact same wording, it means she rehearsed it. If she tells you the exact same story, does that mean she's being truthful? No, and here's why. When you ask someone the same question twice, they'll give you the same answer, but they never use the same words or details verbatim. Women always give themselves away when they use exactly the same story verbatim. But most guys don't realize she's lying because he thinks she gave him the exact same story, so she must be telling him the truth. You can also tell if she rehearsed if her pronunciation or way of speaking is different from what it normally is. This is where paying attention comes in. Another way to know if she's lying is if she repeats what she says to emphasize the lie. Suppose you and Mary had a wonderful time at the mall, and your girlfriend responded, "Yes, we did. We went to Bige Park and spent a lot of money, but it was totally worth it. We ate at a Chinese restaurant in the food court and finished at Lucy's. We spent a lot of money at Bige Park, but it was totally worth it. We spent a lot of time there. We had to get out of there before we spent all of our money. In this scenario, your girlfriend wants you to think that the reason she took so long was that she and Mary were at Bide Park. To reassure you that she wasn't sleeping with James, she mentions Bide Park again and again. If she talks about a guy she hates so much, it is something worth looking into. Don't turn a dead eye to it. She might already be sleeping with John in her office, which she said she hates. The fourth way to know if a woman is lying to you is if she gets irritated when you pester her for more information. If you ask your girlfriend a question and your partner responds to your question with something like, "That's a silly question," and you pester her for more information, if she gets irritated, then she's definitely hiding something. If she gets pissed off, upset, or irritated when you ask for more information, she has a 95% chance of lying about something. If her alibi is too specific, that's also a way to know she's lying. If you're suspicious enough that you can't keep silent, then this is what happens. You don't want to be the guy who's constantly asking his woman interrogative questions. Where were you? Who were you with? And what were you doing? If you properly vetted and trained her, you'll never have to do this. But because almost no men train properly, the urge to ask this question will hit them at some point. Because she has been sleeping around with other men, her conscience would tell her that you're probably going to interrogate her when she comes over. So she'll memorize her lie over and over again till she comes over. So when you ask her about her day, she starts telling you things she did, and the time she did them. For example, I had dinner at 7:45 p.m. If she looks at you too much when she's talking, she's probably being dishonest. It's common knowledge that a dishonest person doesn't make eye contact. I said earlier that women are excellent liars. They know about this and they use it to their advantage. They make men think, "She's looking at me in the eye. It means she's being truthful." No, don't be like those easy men. Find the truth hiding behind those eyes. Make her uncomfortable when you're having a conversation with her, and check how she reacts. The last way to know if she's being dishonest is if she frequently uses phrases such as, "honestly," "to be perfectly honest," or "trust me." So if your girl is making too much eye contact with you, and it gives her the impression that you don't believe her story about Carolyn and her case idea, she'll start to panic and won't deviate from her script. Instead, she'll involuntarily start using those words. Don't let a woman play you. Women are dishonest beings. Join the MGTOW movement. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It motivates me to create more content for you. See you next time. Cheers.